Hey, it's Chris King, the marketing alchemist and co-founder of the Yoga Business University and the Yoga Business Summit. And today we're going to be talking about a very exciting way that you can start teaching in your own unique micro studio so that you can take control and have the power of your teaching situation. You can make more money, you can have more freedom, and you can call the shots. And the reason we're talking about this today is because so many of our clients in the Yoga Business Sutras, they get these ideas of how they want to create their own studio and go out on their own and create their own little yoga world where they have control over the situation because they're empowered with all these new skills. They want to do it right, and they might not be working in a studio that serves them. And you might be able to relate to that too. Maybe you feel stressed out and just frustrated because you have these great ideas and you know that you can build a rockin' studio, but you don't have the power, and someone else, the studio owner, doesn't like your ideas or isn't as motivated as you. So if you're that type of person and you're going through that in your life, you might want to go out and start your own studio. Now, a lot of people have that idea and a lot of studios fail. It's a harsh reality of the world. 90% of businesses are out of business in the first 5 years, and studios are no different because running a studio is not about getting a place where you just go to teach yoga, right? It's running a business, as you know, Sarah, is a big process and it takes a lot of work. And today I'm here with Sarah Badorine, who's going to tell you a sort of an in-between creative solution that, if you're somebody who wants to create your own studio, you can do what Sarah's done and create a micro studio. So not as much responsibility, not a huge overhead, but you can get started creating something that really serves you and allows you to express your creative talents. So Sarah Badorine is one of my best clients ever. She has been just totally kicking butt. I'm so happy with her and the results that she's gotten. And she's going to tell you a little bit about how to create your own micro studio, how to get started with that, and tell her story. So Sarah, take it away.
Thank you, Chris. Well, I love teaching yoga, and when I moved to this area, nobody knew who I was, and I would apply at studios and they're like, great, who are you? You're new to the area, I hadn't met anybody, but I just really wanted to teach. And, I began slowly but surely meeting teachers here and there, and I just was like, I don't want to teach at a gym, I don't want to not teach. What are my choices? And the studio entrance was just really blocked for me at the time when I first moved here. So I really had to get creative, and I just thought, is there any other way I can teach? And I didn't just think it, but I asked it. And I just asked it, and I had the desire in my heart, and I put it out into the universe. And I just opened my ears to be open to what opportunities might come to me after I put that out there and asked that question. So what ended up happening was a yoga teacher friend who I had made texted me and asked me if I would be open to subbing at this funky little space where there was yoga going on. And it was at a log cabin in the middle of a park.
A log cabin?
Yeah.
Right? You gotta get creative. Your opportunity could come from anywhere.
Yeah.
So be open to it.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I don't really know what that means, but I'm definitely gonna go check it out. So I subbed there, and there was a healthy little group of students, and it was a beautiful space with everything a yoga teacher wants, lights that dim, a heater, bathrooms, clean, all those sort of things, and well located. And I went for it, and I loved it. And what I told this yoga teacher was, if you ever need a yoga teacher here, let me know, because I would love to be a part of this. So again, I was extending myself out to the opportunity, to the possibility of having, an unusual place to teach. And just a couple weeks after that, I got an email, and she said, this space is available. The yoga teacher has kids and she doesn't have time. She doesn't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, well, I have time. I want to do it. Yes, I jumped on it. Well, the students were like, okay, there's this new teacher. We don't know if we love her or not. And so I had to really earn their trust and, get to know them in order for them to not only come, but stay and keep coming and invite their friends, because I needed to be able to make this last and make it financially profitable for me on every and emotionally profitable. If I get stressed out, oh, is anybody going to come? That doesn't feel good. So that's...
So it wasn't super easy.
No, it wasn't super easy.
You know what? When you guys go out and create your own micro studios, it's not going to be super easy. It's not going to be as hard as creating a full-blown studio, but you know, nothing in this world that's worth doing is easy, right? It's all about the hard work, and Sarah was willing to put that in, and you'll see the results and benefits she's gotten from it.
Oh yeah, well, I would talk to Chris about my situation, and he helped me with the plan of the Yoga Sutras to build my relationship with them, and it's really working. They respond to my emails, they're excited about what I have to offer, and they've been inviting their friends, and I've created, you know, a drop-in 5-class, just like you would do at a studio, and a membership rate for people who, you know, maybe wanted to have a different option. And it's actually working, and yeah, it's been really fun, and people love it, and really who I'm attracting is people who don't want to go to studios.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of those people out there.
Yeah. So I didn't even think of that when I put that out there. I was just kind of thinking, I want to teach. But what ended up happening was these people who are, you know, intimidated by studios or don't like gyms or didn't feel like they were really ready to go to a studio. They don't see themselves as, you know, the yogini or yogi. They just see themselves as someone who wants to feel better in their body, and they don't want to really be looked at too much. This little comfy space is perfect for them. So that's what I really talk about when I'm advertising to them. Right,
she knows her student, her ideal student that comes to her studio.
Yeah, right. This is community-based. It's where we all get together. We're all neighbors. We have people who walk by on their way home from work, from their commute from the city or whatever, and they're just like, oh, there's yoga here? Awesome. Yeah. You know? So it's just neighborhood community, and for those people who aren't really interested in studios.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, how does that feel?
Awesome.
To be empowered
so awesome.
And know that you call the shots. And you know, once you create your own gig, you are responsible for your own success. So there's no more ceiling on how far you can go. It's all about how much you can bring it and up the ante and serve your students better and create a better experience for them. That creates your success.
Yeah.
And there's no limit to it. It's the feeling. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and if I want to host a workshop or an event, I don't have to ask anybody, I just do it. And I have no competition, I'm the only yoga teacher. Yeah. And I've learned so much. I've learned about like what props I'm gonna need, like what works as far as the financial like press cards and whatnot. I had to shift it a few times. Yeah. And you know, it's fun because I'm like, I feel like having more candles or this kind of music or this temperature, and it's all done because it's mine and that's how I want to do it, you know. And I've learned so much along the way, and it's so rewarding. Every single time I go there, it's my favorite classes to teach, and I just am so in love with my students. And I recently just filmed a video to, you know, help spread the word about it, and I got testimonials at the end that just totally brought me to tears because these people's lives are actually really being changed. You know, they feel good, they came to yoga and they weren't sure what to expect, and their lives are being changed, which is exactly what we want as yoga teachers, right?
Yes!
Amazing!
Cool, okay, so now you're super excited. I mean, is she just a star or what? Look at Sarah Badorine here. I mean, she's going to the big time.
Oh yeah.
So, you're probably asking, you're probably fired up, you're ready to go, you want to create your own micro studio. How are you going to do that? What are the first steps? Well, number one, you agree, is to get creative, right? It's to ask, say, I'm ready for this, I'm ready to act on this opportunity, and then get really creative. There are so many places and situations where you can teach that are either no charge or cost very little money, right? Like YMCAs, churches, what are some other ones?
Community centers.
Community centers.
Parks.
Right, yeah, you could just go teach yoga in a park and charge money for it. Right? You're in nature, the greatest studio in the world, right? It's available to you all the time.
Yeah.
You can do that. Make it seasonal if you want. Yoga in the park. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah. People love doing yoga outside. Of course, it feels amazing.
Yeah, and personally, I'm a cyclist, so my partner Allison and I do these yoga for cyclists workshops sometimes. We could go on a bike ride. We could take, 10 people for, $30 or $40, $50, take them on a bike ride to a park somewhere, do yoga halfway, and then ride home. I mean, how amazing is that? And we get to, focus on our niche market. So there's There's so many opportunities for you out there, and you know, these are just a few. You'll probably come up with something on your own that's even better, more exciting, you know, that's something that we could never think of. But the first step is to know you can do it, to believe in it, to commit to the idea, and go for it. Like Sarah did, just ask and be ready to capitalize on the opportunity when it presents itself to you.
And be okay with the process.
Right, exactly. It's a process, just like your yoga practice, right? It's a practice. You go to work every day on your micro studio, you know, working on it. Right. Like you work on yourself, like you work on your asana practice. It's the same thing. Yeah. And then when you become obsessed with the practice and lose yourself in the process, you'll start to see the result.
Yeah.
Right? Cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching. Post your comments below and tell us what kind of micro studio you're going to create this year. You know, 2013, it's coming up just around the corner. This is the time to jump in, change the world, and teach more yoga. So tell us about it, leave your comments, ask questions for Sarah and I. We'd love to help you. You know, Sarah has a lot of experience with her own micro studio. You know, my partner Alice and I just got one here too. We're putting this thing together, so we're here to help you. We're here to help you grow. And Sarah, if you want to know more about Sarah and her services, where can they get in touch with you?
Well, they can go to my website, sarahbadorine.com.
Cool. Yeah, we'll post a link below so you can just go over there and hang out with Sarah and see all the cool stuff she's got going on. She is rocking it. She's a great example for you guys. Cool. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Go out there and teach yoga, learn business, and change the world.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Namaste.
Namaste.